Have you ever wondered how the god King Odin lose his eye? Once when the world was still very young, Odin sat on his throne in the most beautiful palace in Asgard. His throne was so high that he could see over all three parts of the world from where he sat. On his head he wore a helmet shaped like an eagle. On his shoulders perched two black ravens called Memory and Thought. And at his feet crouched two snarling wolves. All seemed to be going well. Odin found it hard to think of evil times, but he knew that the frost giants were only waiting for a chance to bring trouble to his children. They were the ones who brought cold and ice to the world and shook the earth in anger. They hated Odin and all the work of the gods. He, the king of the gods, must have more wisdom than it was not enough just to see his enemies. He must know more about them. So Odin wrapped his tall figure in a blue cloak. Down from his throne he climbed, down the broad rainbow bridge he strode, and across the green earth till Ela came to one of the roots of the great evergreen tree. There, close by the tree, was a well full of clear water. Its surface was so still it was like a mirror. In it one could see pictures of things that had happened and things that were going to happen. But beside the well sat an old man. His name was Mimir. Aged Mimir, Odin said to the old man, "You who hold the knowledge of the past and future in your magic waters, let me have but one sip. Then I can know enough to protect the men and women of the earth from the hate of the giants." "The price of one drink from this well is not cheap," Mimir said. "And once you have drunk and gazed into the mirror of life, you may wish you had not." "What is your price, aged Mimir?" Odin asked. "The price of a drink must be a great sacrifice. Are you still willing to pay the price?" What could the king of the gods sacrifice? What was most dear to him? Odin thought of his handsome son, Balder, whom he loved most in the world. "No, I am not asking for your dear son. I'm asking for one of your eyes. One eye was a small sacrifice to win knowledge of how to help them." And without another thought, Odin plucked out one of his blue eyes and handed it to Mimir. Then Mimir smiled and gave Odin a horn full of the waters of his well. "Drink deeply, brave king, so you may see all that you wish in the mirror of life." Odin lifted the horn to his lips and drank. Then he knelt by the edge of the well and watched the pictures passing across its still and silent surface. When he stood up again, he sighed, for it was as Mimir had said. He had seen sorrow and death as well as joy. It was only the glorious promise at the end that gave him courage to go on. So Odin, the great king of the gods, became one-eyed. If you can find Mimir's well, you will see Odin's blue eye resting on the bottom. It is there to remind men and women of the great sacrifice he made for them.